Yesterday, I put my finger into my ear. I was digging in it. I haven't been able to hear out my right ear since yesterday. Pray for me. So, everyone loves to blame women, all right? I've been noticing that we have an epidemic. Is that the right word? I think it is. We have a plethora of men simply blaming women, saying things like they're too entitled, they don't value good men, or they play too many games. But I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, fellas. The problem isn't with the women. The problem is with you. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? My name is Timothy, and this is the Timothy Speaks YouTube channel, where I give you personal advice, tell you about my experiences as a man, let you know that your feelings are indeed valid, and if you have no one else to speak to, you can speak to me. Now, of course, we live in a day and age where social media may or may not, wink wink, affect the dating market. I believe we do live in a world where it's very easy for women to have access to a plethora of men, which just makes the market more competitive. So of course, since they have a plethora of men to choose from at any given time, you're probably gonna have issues with women. A lot. But you can't blame the women for not picking you if you aren't the kind of man that should be picked. And if you have things going on such as you're inconsistent, you're lazy, or you're just overly emotional, she's gonna pick up on that energy, and 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get the girl in the end. The truth is, a lot of us men just simply aren't what we think we are. We need to become something more. We need to become high value men. And when you think about this, I want you to just simply think about the quote, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." A real man builds discipline. He builds an empire. He runs his own business. He has a side hustle. He has things going for him that makes him more attractive. And if you don't have these things going for you, why should you ever expect for a woman to be the kind of woman that you want her to be? All in all, us as men just simply have to start taking full accountability for everything that's going on in our lives. If you decide to be with a woman who doesn't meet your desires, doesn't meet your standards, doesn't respect you, doesn't treat you the way you want to be treated, but you still continue to be with that woman, whose fault is that? Or even if before making her your girlfriend, you notice these signs and you still decide to move further along with her simply because you're a man, you have needs, you have desires, and she's the best thing available at the moment, once again, it's your fault, buddy. It's very important for us as men to learn how to control our emotions, and not only how to control our emotions, but be able to emotionally detach from anything, anyone at any time. And just remember, emotional detachment isn't about being closed. It's not about being cold or heartless. It's just simply about being more in control of what you feel, simply feeling it, analyzing it, and then acting. Not reacting at an instant the moment you feel that emotion. Just remember, you can love a woman a lot. You can care for her a lot, but you have to be ready to walk away, and you have to make sure that you are not losing yourself in the process of pursuing this woman, because by that time you have already lost the power dynamic. All right, you have to stay true to yourself, and at the end of the day, any woman worth her salt, I can't believe I just said that, worth her salt, I'm pretty sure I heard that, like, I don't know. But any woman that's actually worth committing to will respect you and admire the fact that you are focused on you. Just remember, a man with emotional control is a dangerous man, not because he doesn't feel, it's because he does feel, and before acting, he analyzes every single outcome, every single decision, and then moves strategically based on that. And if that's not you, my dog, it's time to figure that one out. Next, we gotta talk about leveling up, all right? No woman wants a man who just sits on the couch, has no hobbies, has no connections, has no job. Like, you gotta understand that you must level up because it is such a competitive market. If you don't go to the gym, which is by far the easiest thing you can do to instantly boost your value, you are already losing, my friend. Go to the gym, get you a little 10, 15, how much is Planet Fitness? Or maybe just work out at home, do some push-ups, do some crunches, go grab you some weights from Walmart for the low, and literally just start working out, build a good physique. Women are attracted to that. if they see that you are disciplined with your body, they're going to automatically assume that you are most likely disciplined with everything else in your life. That builds an initial attraction. Not only does that build an attraction with women, but it builds respect amongst other people, amongst men. I know me personally, when I see another man that's, in good shape, I'm automatically going to assume that he may be better. It's not a fact, but I'm going to automatically assume just off of initial appearance that he's probably the kind of man that I want to make a connection with, that I want to speak to, that I want to get his contact information and see what kind of business we can do. But if I look at a man and off the initial looks, I'm just not seeing like any discipline. His shave isn't clean. He doesn't have a haircut. He doesn't dress that well. I'm going to automatically assume that that's not the kind of guy I want to make a connection with, build with, or anything like that. Now, if I, as a man, could look at another man and automatically assume all of these bad things about him simply based off of his appearance, what do you think a woman is going to think? My friend, do yourself a favor. This is the easiest way to start leveling up. Get in the gym. Number 2, you got to get your money right. All right. Now, there's a million zillion different ways that you can make money. Of course, work a job. There is nothing wrong with working a regular 9 to 5. But make sure that when you're making that money, it's not all going to bills. Invest in a little something. Learn about the stock market. Read some books. Maybe, learn about drop shipping, e-commerce, anything that you could do to start building additional income. Because not only is this going to increase your value as a man to yourself and society, but it's going to increase your value with women. They don't want a brokey. And if you're a brokey, my dog, you probably should not be talking to a woman. In fact, don't talk to any women if you are a brokey. But it's all right to be a brokey as long as you are building, all right? I'm not going to judge any man that's in his hustle. As long as you're hustling, you waking up every day, maybe it's content creation, e-commerce, trading stocks, real estate, whatever the case may be, or even if it's working multiple jobs, whatever the case is, get your money up. Start to invest, get that right, and I promise you, everything else will start to fall into place, especially women. Number 3 is going to be the power of the mind. You have to strengthen your mind. This goes back to emotional detachment, but not just emotional detachment or emotional control, but just being more intellectual in general. All right. A lot of women are perhaps used to guys just approaching them. What you doing? How you doing? How your day going? Like, imagine just having something astronomical to talk about. You could just hit her with some random Greek mythologic fact about, I don't know, Poseidon, and she's like, she probably doesn't care, but the fact that you can have this conversation with her puts you in a different bracket than all the other men who are just hitting her with the WYD. Strengthen your mind, read more books. Me personally, I read a lot of self-help and business books, all right? So when I'm around not only women, but other people that I want to make a connection with, I have something to talk about. I can quote these books. I can say, hey, have you read XYZ? Oh yeah, that's my favorite book. Da, 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 da. Now we have something to build upon. But if you're just sitting around scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and just constantly feeding your mind garbage, what are you going to converse about when the time comes? Especially when the time comes with women. They want to be entertained. They want to be stimulated. And if you cannot have an interesting conversation, my boy, you are doomed from the start. At the very least, listen to me. At the very least, be funny. Hey, you know what they say? If you can make her laugh and giggle. But remember, you're not doing all of these things just to impress women. Of course, that would just simply be a byproduct of building all of these skills. You're doing it for yourself. You're becoming a more valuable man, not only to society as a whole, but to women. They will feel that energy. They will see it, and they will want to latch on to you just simply because they know that you are a man on a mission. Your mind is right. You can teach them things, etc., etc. And another byproduct of that is you stop chasing women. You got all of these different things going on. The last thing that's on your mind is probably trying to attract any women. But here's the good thing. Once you have all of these things going on, trust me, my dog, women will be naturally attracted to you. Trust me. Listen to me. Trust me. At the end of the day, we have to start blaming ourselves as men. We just got to take accountability. Stop giving power to external sources, all right? Take accountability for it. Say, you know what? I'm not the kind of man that a woman never wants to leave. Once you start saying that, then you say, all right, how can I become the kind of man that a woman never wants to leave? What is the kind of man that a woman never wants to leave? And that goes back to every single point I made previously. Stop blaming women. Women naturally want to be submissive. They naturally want to be loved and give love back. But if you are not the kind of man, especially in this market, in this day and age, if you are not the kind of man that they want to latch onto, then you will continuously have issues getting and or keeping a woman. And I want to leave you all with this quote, and it may sting, and I hope it does. Just remember, she isn't the problem. You're just not that guy. Timothy. But no, seriously, women are not the problem. We as men just have to be stronger men, more capable men. And if you are on your journey, if you are on that hustle and you're still struggling, just maybe sit back on trying to attract any women and just think to yourself, you know what? Maybe I need to do a little bit more hustling. Maybe I need to level up how I communicate, how I speak. Maybe I need to learn some new words, some better, better things to talk about, etc., etc. I can go on and on. But once you start, self-analyzing and just improving in every single area of your life, trust me, women will start to magnate to you. Is that a word? Magnate? See, I need to open up a dictionary myself. At the end of the day, I just want all us men to just have a better chance out here in this dating market and to stop getting heartbroken. All right. If any of this makes sense, if any of this hit home, don't forget to hit that like button right along with it. Subscribe to the channel and let me know what part of this video was your favorite. Are you on your journey? Are you hitting the gym? If not, why not? Tell me about it in the comments. Maybe I can help out. I gym frequently. And by frequently, I mean just about every single day. I got a hoodie on because it's a little cold outside, but trust me, if I took this hoodie off, if I took this, I'll catch y'all in the next video.